The importance of this unit is on the importance of developing rapport to create the most effective communicative environment. We'll focus on the definition of rapport, the importance of developing sensory acuity, learning how to match and mirror, and finally, pacing and leading, which is one of the fundamental goals of all NLP techniques. Rapport is the ability to relate to others in a way that creates trust and understanding. It is the ability to see the other's point of view and get them to understand yours. Successful interactions depend largely on our ability to establish and maintain rapport. Surprisingly, we make most business decisions based on rapport rather than technical merit. You are more likely to buy from, agree with, or support someone you can relate to rather than someone you can't. How do you respect and appreciate another person's model of the world while keeping your own integrity? In education, counseling, business, selling, and training, rapport or empathy is essential to establish an atmosphere of trust, confidence, and participation, within which people can respond freely. What do we do to gain rapport with people? How do we create a relationship of trust and responsiveness? And how can we refine and extend this natural skill? To get a practical rather than a theoretical answer, turn the question the other way around. How do you know when two people are in rapport? As you look around in restaurants, offices, any place where people meet and talk, how do you know which people have rapport and which do not? Communication seems to flow when two people are in rapport. Their bodies as well as their words match each other. What we say can create or destroy rapport, but that is only 7% of the communication. Body language and tonality are more important. You may have noticed that people who are in rapport tend to mirror and match each other in posture, gesture, and eye contact. It's like a dance where partners respond and mirror each other's movements with movements of their own. They are engaged in a dance of mutual responsiveness. Their body language is complementary. Matching and mirroring is a concept in NLP that is enhanced with the development of sensory acuity. This means noticing the small but crucial signals that let you know how your communication partner is responding. Sensory acuity enables us to notice subtle physiological shifts in those we are communicating with, which in turn give us an idea about how our communication is being received. The nonverbal elements of communication can often give us insights that are not provided by the words being spoken. Some of the physiological changes that can occur include the following. 1. Changes in skin color. A shift from a neutral color to blushing of the skin can indicate anything from embarrassment to anger to being in a room that's too hot, depending on the context of the discussion. 2. Changes in muscle tone, also known as skin tonus, especially in the face, can also indicate a change in emotional state. Breathing can change from moment to moment. What we are most interested in is the rate and location of the breathing. By watching the torso rising and falling, we can see if the breathing is fast or slow and whether it is high in the chest or low in the stomach. 4. Lower lip size sometimes changes from fatter and fuller, you can look for lines, to thinner and more drawn out, no lines. This can also indicate a change in the emotional state. And finally, the eyes. Are they focused or defocused? Are the pupils dilated or undilated? Have you ever found yourself enjoying a conversation with someone and noticing that both your bodies have adopted the same posture? The deeper the rapport, the closer the match will tend to be. Successful people create rapport, and rapport creates trust. You can create rapport with whomever you wish by consciously refining the natural rapport skills that you use every day. By matching and mirroring body language and tonality, you can very quickly gain rapport with almost anyone. Matching is not mimicry, which is noticeable, exaggerated, and indiscriminate copying of another person's movements, and is usually considered offensive. You can match arm movements by small hand movements, body movements, by your head movements. This is called crossover mirroring. You can match distribution of the body weight and basic posture. Matching breathing is a very powerful way of gaining rapport. You may already have observed that when two people are in a deep rapport, they breathe in unison. Voice matching is another way that you can gain rapport. You can match tonality, speed, volume, and rhythm of speech. There are only two limits to your ability to gain rapport: the degree to which you can perceive the other people's posture, gestures, and speech patterns, and the skill with which you can match them in the dance of rapport. Pacing and leading is the basic goal in NLP. It takes in rapport and respect for the other person's model of the world. It assumes a positive intention and is a powerful way of moving toward agreement or a shared outcome. In order to pace and lead successfully, you need to pay attention to the other person and be flexible enough in your own behavior to respond to what you see and hear. Pacing is establishing the bridge through rapport and respect. Leading is changing your behavior so the other person follows. Leading will not work without rapport. You cannot lead someone over a bridge without building it first. The best teachers are those who establish rapport and enter into the world of the learner, thereby making it easier for the learner to enter into a greater understanding of the subject or skill. The same concept can be carried over into any occupation or field where one individual is attempting to help another person change a belief or behavior. The best way to learn how to establish rapport is through practice. Make a conscious effort to establish positive rapport with everyone you encounter and watch your world begin to change.